Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So, I decided today, because I am 28 weeks as of today, which means I am finally in my third trimester, which I'm very excited about because that means that I am even closer to meeting my son. And I have some notes, so if you see me looking down, that's what it is. So I'm doing a 28-week update / belly shot. Okay, so first of all, fun facts, at 28 weeks, baby is about 2.2 pounds and 14.2 inches long. So he's finally growing, he's finally starting to put a little bit of chub on his body. Okay, so I have an odd pregnancy. My pregnancy is technically deemed high risk because of a physical condition I have, and that's just their policy. However, as far as typical pregnancy issues, I really haven't had anything scary happen. It's been pretty by the books. And if you guys would like a video on pregnancy with a disability, feel free to drop a comment below and ask me about that. I am more than happy to make a video. Honestly, I'm a new YouTuber. If you guys make a suggestion for just about anything, odds are you're gonna get it. So, I've been getting Braxton Hicks very occasionally since about 25 weeks. They're not really bad. They're not super painful or anything like that. Actually, they're really not painful at all. It's more so just like sometimes when I stand up, my stomach gets super tight and I have a hard time breathing. And honestly, most of the time, unless I have something to do, I will just sit back down. So moving on, Kieran has definitely shown a tendency to push himself as far to the right side of my stomach as he can get himself. And that hasn't been, it's not so much that it's been painful, but it's made it a little, he's just kind of stretching my stomach. He's pushing. Also, currently he is breech. I'm not really worried about that, and the reason why I am not worried about that is because I already have a scheduled C-section, which again, I need that because of physical issues that I have not relating to pregnancy, but that will affect the pregnancy, and it's just safer for both me and baby to have a C-section. So honestly, if he's breech, he's breech. It doesn't really matter for me specifically. So thank God I do not have any stretch marks yet. I have one very genuinely tiny little mark on my stomach. I am not sure if it is a stretch mark or an old scar that I didn't notice. It might be, but I definitely don't have any large, noticeable kind of stretch marks or really any signs of getting stretch marks other than that tiny little mark, which I don't think I could show on camera. I don't think it would show up on camera because it is that small. So I think honestly, apart from the nausea that I mentioned back in my first video that actually put me in the hospital, the biggest pain in the butt with my pregnancy so far has been that I get a lot of heartburn. And I think mostly this gets a lot worse at nighttime. You know, just he's just kind of got a little flame torch in there and he's just trying to burn the crap out of my throat. So, of course, the opportune time is to wait until I am trying to sleep and then just light up. He's a little bit of a troublemaker already. Although, I can't even blame the kid because between his father and I, he might be, he might not have much of a chance. He definitely has been crowding my bladder. And honestly, I think that he gets lonely in there and just wants to hug it or something. But yeah, so there's been that. Basically, sorry if this is TMI, but basically, honestly, I just have to pee a lot. And usually at the most inopportune times, like the middle of the night when I need to sleep, or early in the morning when I would rather be asleep. So there is that. Um, I've definitely experienced a lot of shortness in breath, uh, but that's not uncommon at 28 weeks. So, I have discovered that using ginger capsules has been, it's not the do all end all, but it's been very helpful with my nausea lately, and I would recommend it to any mama out there who is getting a lot of pregnancy nausea. As far as the nausea does go, it is definitely lightened up in the past. I don't want to jinx it because every time I say that it's starting to lighten up, it comes back worse. But it hasn't been as bad as it was before lately. Let's just say that. It hasn't been as bad as it could be. So yeah, there is that. So, as far as the boobage situation, I am definitely a lot more sore, a lot more common, and there has been very small amounts of leaking, but honestly, it's been so uncommon and just very small amounts, uncommon, that I wouldn't even worry about getting pads for it yet. So, in case you wanted to know about that. So, as I mentioned earlier, I am planning a C-section, and that will probably, and I don't have a date set yet with my doctor. I need to talk to him about that. However, I am hoping to have the C-section around December 21st. And the reason for that is I would like to not to be in the hospital for Christmas. And that's honestly that's the reason. I don't want to be in the hospital for Christmas because my due date is December 31st, and they do C-sections a week before. So when you're at your 39-week mark, they do C-sections because they don't want to risk you going into not premature, but they don't want to risk you going into labor because that makes C-sections a lot more difficult. So a week before my due date is Christmas. Or Christmas Eve. I don't remember which. It's either Christmas or Christmas Eve. And I am hoping to just, if it is safe, go a little bit before that so that I will get out of the hospital hopefully around Christmas Eve. My stomach has definitely been a lot more sensitive, a lot more itchy lately. It doesn't really bother me too much, and honestly, I'm really not that big compared to a lot of women from what I can tell, which is just from the internet, I don't seem to be too big for a woman coming into her third trimester. And I kind of have more of a curvy frame, a curvy set anyway, so that could also be part of the reason why I am not showing too much. I mean, like, if you knew me before I got pregnant, you could definitely tell that I am bigger than I used to be, mostly just in the stomach range. However, if you met me today, you would probably think that I am just a little bit chunky. So, honestly, I think that we already can see that Kieran is going to be a very sassy baby. And at his last ultrasound, not even just his last ultrasound, the last time we had a doctor's appointment, when he used the Doppler on my stomach to try and hear little Kieran's heartbeat, Kieran repeatedly kicked the Doppler, and he literally always does every time we do it. He's just kind of like, get that. He doesn't like it. He's like, get that away from me. You guys just mind your own business. But, yeah, and most of the time, he will not kick for anyone but me. Meaning, like, for example, when his father puts his hand on my belly to try and feel the kicks, he likes to just stop. He likes to make it, he likes to make it difficult. So at this point, he is getting big enough that I can usually identify where he is in my stomach. And that is pretty basically always the right side. He really, really likes the right side, and he really likes to kick the crap out of me whenever he gets the opportunity. Until his dad wants to feel. Until his dad wants to feel, he likes to kick the crap out of me. So, yeah, he's already a little bit of a sassy baby, a little bit of a troublemaker. But that is okay. That is very much loved in my family. So, thankfully, I have not had really any preterm labor signs. Like I said, the most that I've had is the occasional Braxton Hick, and it hasn't been a alarming amount of times that I have even experienced that. They say if you're getting like, and don't go off of me on this, I could be wrong, I haven't looked into it too much, but they say that if you're getting more than, I think, 4 in like a couple of an hour or something, I don't know, but I haven't been getting them too often, so that is the closest thing I have had to any labor signs. But they're just practice contractions, they're normal, they're natural, and things have been going smoothly in that department, so I am very happy about that. So my next doctor's appointment is this week. I think it's actually either like tomorrow or the next day. My doctor has moved me up to every 3 weeks going to see him, and he's going to move it up again to every 2 weeks. So, things are getting, obviously, 3rd trimester, things start getting a little bit more closely monitored, etc., and that is just what is happening, just the normal stuff. Honestly, apart from the stuff relating to my physical condition, my pregnancy has been very by the books. It's been very average and normal. No big scary things. Like, thank God, absolutely. Thank God there has been no big scary situations. And yeah, so that is how my pregnancy has been going now at 28 weeks. And I am so happy that I am getting closer to my due date. Also, it's holiday season, so that also makes me happy. That'll make the time fly by a lot more quickly. And yeah, I'm just excited to meet my son. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And like I said, if you have any video suggestions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'm a new YouTuber. This is a new channel, so odds are if you comment it, I will do it. So feel free to put your input in. I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, well, so hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed my video, and if not, sorry to waste about 15 minutes of your life. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye. I decided to take a quick video of the bump because I forgot to, and I can't get a good angle over there, so yeah, that's how much I'm showing. Okay, bye guys.